Hi everybody, and thank you for joining me once again for another video. As you may already have guessed, today I have come for a visit to the beautiful coastal village of Emsworth in Hampshire. It's a stunning little village with a great selection of pubs, tea rooms and shops. So if you have a spare afternoon or day and you're in the area, make sure you pop down, you definitely won't regret it. So in today's video, I essentially wanted to talk about the healing power of an apology. As you're probably aware, today's video is Dear Dad Journal entry number 4. And I knew today's subject matter was going to be tough and thought-provoking and emotionally challenging, as I carry a lot of guilt around in relation to not always being there when my girls were young. Any kind of guilt can really eat you up inside, and it can really prevent you from moving on. So knowing how challenging this was going to be, I decided I would have to do something a little different with this journal entry. So I decided to write a short apology poem to my daughters. For me, doing this was an acknowledgement of past failings, but also to let them know that I always kept them with me in my heart. So the question for the Dear Dad Journal entry number 4 is there anything you would like to say sorry for? So as you can probably imagine, that's quite a deep and emotive subject, isn't it? I think when you've reached the grand old age of 57, I think there's probably a lot that you're quite sorry for. Maybe things you would have done differently, things you would have changed. I know there's a lot that I would have done differently had I had the opportunity to relive my life, I suppose. And I sat down and I preempted this one because I knew it was going to be quite a deep subject for me and provoke quite a lot of emotion. So this one I wanted to make a little bit different. I thought, do you know what, I can't sit down and write this in public. I just can't do that because I'm probably going to end up getting really emotional, and it's probably going to be quite a difficult one for me to write. So this Dear Dad was the most difficult one by far. So when I was at home reflecting on what I was, kind of going to put, and reflecting on my past and how I've lived my life and that, I did decide that we've all got things that we're probably regretful of, behaviours that we would rather have not had, done things that we would rather have been able to go back in time and change, but we can't do that, can we? So we just have to make sure that we tell those people that we're sorry before it's too late. And I don't think that's necessarily about going into too much detail. I want to get these dogs. There's some funny dogs here. Someone's loving it, isn't they?
He's quite clever.
I can go with it.
Yes, so guys, that's exactly why I felt that I couldn't actually write the journal in public today, because there's just too many people about. It's absolutely gorgeous down here at Emsworth.
She's gone mad.
Do you want to get in that water?
No, we just tried it.
Oh, did you?
Just tried it and she didn't like it. She's not known for that.
Bless her.
She thinks you just set it crazy.
She's gorgeous colour though.
But she was black. She's 10.5 now. She's lost some of the colour.
Right,
She's
okay.
metallic now.
Yeah, it is really metallic, isn't it? It's absolutely stunning, yeah.
Oh, bless. But I thought, she's been a bit hot. So I thought, see if you can get in the water. Cool her down, and she went,
No.
oh, no chance.
No, I don't blame her.
Bye.
See ya.
Oh, weird, was that?
Yeah, so it's just busy today, and trying to write something, quite sensitive in public was going to be quite difficult. So if anybody's ever been through therapy before, you will have heard of a no-send letter, and I've sent a couple of those in my life before. So because I've been in a lot of therapy, so I have sent a couple of no-send letters before, and I thought if I write something down, and they're really the only people that I really wanted to apologise to in my life really were my daughters. And I don't feel I ever did anything hugely wrong. There wasn't one big incident that led to that or anything, but it was just maybe certain behaviours over the years that I wanted to not explain away, because I don't think I can explain them, but I just wanted to let them know that I'm aware of the impact that may have had on them at the time, and that, and I just wanted to say sorry. So that was what it was about today, really. So probably what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut to a shoot of me reading the poem. Actually, you'll hear me reading the poem because I didn't know whether I'd be able to make it through without getting emotional. So this is a poem to my daughters that I wrote last week, and it's a really simple poem, but I just hope it puts into words what I actually feel. I'm sure they understand anyway. They're amazing girls, and they're very patient with me, and I like to think I've been a good dad, but occasionally, we all slip up, don't we? So this poem is for them. When you were small and in your eyes I was a giant, you looked at me standing so tall like a tree, and I thought to myself, what do you think of me? I know you love me with your purest heart, and as we held hands tight they would never part. The trust you showed really humbled me and kept me standing tall like that tree. As time went by, we lived our lives and our bond remained so very strong, but occasionally, just occasionally, I got things wrong. I now look back at those times gone by and wonder to myself, did you often cry? To think of times when I should have been there, did you know deep down that I still cared? So this is a poem that I tried to write to try and tell you with every ounce of fight, you were always loved and you still are, and I'm sorry for the times I seem to drift afar. I hope now when you look at me, you still see me standing as that strong tall tree, maybe gnarly and wrinkled now, 'cause time has passed, don't ask me how. And as I say sorry for my mistakes, I realise now just what it takes, and hope you can see what you are to me, and I don't need to ask, what do you think of me? For me, that was quite an emotional thing to do, and I found it so powerful. And this is what I'm talking about when I talk about release from trauma. All this stuff that we hold in, those emotions that are held in, you know, to be able to live our lives to the best and to be able to move forward after certain events, you know, we need to release that trauma. It's really important that we do that. I really enjoyed doing that. I found it so therapeutic. But yeah, Emsworth, it's absolutely lovely today. If you watched my video last week, you'll remember that I went somewhere and I felt that I'm not going to get out here, am I? I've gone the wrong way. I felt that my vibration had been really lowered by the place I visited. So it's exactly a week later. The weather's pretty much the same. It is a bit nicer today, I must say. The sun's poked its head out of the clouds a little bit more, which is really good. But I've just found, as much as anything, that people are really chatty, people are really smiley, and that's very different to what it was like last week. It makes a difference. What a difference a week makes. If you want somewhere really pretty to come and have a walk around, right by the ocean with a lovely marina, some lovely little quaint cottages, and this is definitely the place to come. I'm going to walk back to the town now. I think a cup of tea is definitely calling me, so I'm going to find somewhere to go and have a cup of tea.